Hello everyone and welcome to the November 2016 Link for Growth National News Show. My name is Chris Ogle and I'm going to be taking you through a whole list of amazing things which are happening right now in Link for Growth. So this will be about 15-20 minutes, I guess. Trying to cut them down, but as always, there's just so much to say that I always struggle miserably and fail to keep it short and sweet. But anyway, here goes. Let's give it a try. So this is the last month of autumn, November the 7th. This is Monday. And yeah, soon be the big run up to Christmas. December starts the season of winter, and the nights are dark, and it's been raining this weekend. So but there's lots going on in Link for Growth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off just giving a little bit of an intro into the where we're growing in Link for Growth right now, and some of the things that are going to be happening to Link for Growth over the next few months, which are pretty revolutionary in terms of Link for Growth, but set us up for the next 4 or 5 years, which we need to be in a position to grow massively. And with the international expansion imminent in Hungary in 2017 and a huge amount of work to do, it's really important that the foundation was rock solid and in place. And it's taken us pretty much 5 years to do that, but we're almost there. Just a couple of books to write and 85 websites to put together, but hey ho, we're almost there. So some fantastic work going on in the network at the moment out there. Lincolnshire growing, Cambridgeshire growing, Southwest Herts growing and changing, and West Herts and South Bucks on the map for the first time. Well, first time in decorum anyway. That's kicks off tomorrow, the 8th of November, with Carol and with Anne. That's at the Nuffield Sports Centre in Maylands Avenue, starting at 10 a.m. So that's the first one in the decorum. We did have an event there a while back, but this is the first one in the new regime. So good luck with that tomorrow. I will be along, so I will see you there. Now, I mentioned just very briefly, there's some massive changes going on in Link for Growth. Well, one of those massive changes is the fact that Link for Growth will be transitioning into an association. Now, I've mentioned this before on this show, but the association means that all of us, that's everybody in Link for Growth who has been a member for 14 months or longer, is automatically a part owner in the organisation. So this is the first time we've had the opportunity to build something for us, the people of this country, that's owned and governed and run by us, and it can't be snatched away from us. So it's not funded by the government, where the funds can be withdrawn. It's not got any profit motive. So that, you know, if the organisation wants to generate profit, it could be closed down, but that's not going to happen. It's not managed or controlled by Companies House or the Charities Commission. So it's outside the system, and the constitution, if you like, for Link for Growth is to be determined by us. So what goes, how we operate and everything else is down to the people in the organisation. And it's fundamental. And if you haven't seen these, I do encourage you to take a look. If you haven't looked at the 7 principles of Link for Growth, the whole ethos of Link for Growth is about being the best human being you could possibly be, and the best version of yourself that you could possibly be. We can't ask any more from anybody than that. And the 7 principles are effectively about being a decent human being. Now, this is going to work, Link for Growth, in the UK, and it's going to work in every other country in the world, because basically this is beyond and above, if it's below and not relevant, if you like, what politics are involved, whether you speak the same language, whether you're involved in religion or not. This has got nothing to do with that. This is about being a human being and actually looking after each other and looking after the planet at the same time. So these are the fundamental principles of what Link for Growth is built on, and consequently they are non-negotiable. And to be honest, who would want to negotiate against those anyhow? But it's really important, because if we're looking for a unification across the planet about what we're doing here, we have it in that we are all human beings, and you don't need any more than that. That's the bottom line. So that's all happening in January. There'll be a transitional period, of course, because these things don't happen overnight. But the intent is absolutely there, and it all kicks off very soon. Now, 2017, I don't really remember this, but back in January, we had a conference, and the conference was really about sharing, if you like, what Link for Growth was all about. And you can access the talks that were there through the Link for Growth blog site, which I can put a link up to. But this year we're not going to have the same kind of conference. I don't believe that we need a conference like that, but what we do need is basically a conference or a gathering of people who want to know how they can help build community in 2017. What are we going to be doing? And again, it's not up to me. You know, I have years of experience in doing this, and I understand the infrastructure of Link for Growth, as do a great many people out there. But what we're going to do is we're going to be spreading this right across the country in 2017. So the more people that get involved in that, the better. It's very, very exciting because every single one of us can play a part in this. So this is what we're going to do. I'm not quite sure what the date's going to be yet, but there'll be a fee to come along because you know, we've got to pay for the venue and stuff, but watch out for news on that. It will be coming soon. But next year, community communications hubs. Now, this is essentially the place which is going to enable us to essentially set up all these hubs of community around the country, and the basis of them is that there are so many good people out there. I meet them all the time, people doing amazing work out in the community. The problem is we're all doing it in isolation. It's not joined up, and the problem with that is that these ideas are great, they're started, and it's normally the result of one or two people getting together to do it. And the problem is that they run out of steam. They might go well for 1 year, 2 years, but then in the end, you run out of steam because you're on your own. And it's hard. It's hard work to start these things and keep them going. But it's much easier if you belong to something and you're part of a network which is supportive, it's nurturing, and it's got a lot of the systems and technologies in place to enable you to just do what you're trying to do. Do what you love doing. Don't worry about all that other stuff in the background. Just use it and make use of it to do more of what you're doing. So those community hubs, we're going to need 85 of them. There's one out already. It's the Southwest Hearts one. It's not complete, but it can't be complete because it needs all of us to contribute to it. That's the nature of them. They are scalable, they are organic, and it's an open platform, and it's free, and every single person in the community can put content on and add and be part of that. So it's really, really exciting. It's the first time we've had anything like that as well. So that's brilliant. Yeah, what I'm going to be doing next year, people often ask me, what am I going to be doing next year? Well, I'm not disappearing. Of course, I'm not disappearing. But what I am doing is I'm going to focus on helping people understand how they can utilize the 5 services of Link for Growth in order to basically do what they're doing bigger, faster, better, duplicate it, wrap it up around the world, around the country, so that more people can basically do what they're doing. So if it's a great idea, other people are going to want to copy it. That's no doubt about that. And why do all the hard work and reinvent something when it's already been invented? So that's what I'm going to be doing next year, and also teaching people to become leaders. A leader is someone who creates leaders, and we need a whole raft of these people out there. So that's going to be my plan for next year, and I'm going to love it. I mean, I just love all the people that I meet out there. It's some amazing people. The point is these people don't know they're amazing very often, and they are. So you got to wake up. You are all amazing. So. I'm also going to have to finish off. There's 2 more books to write for Link for Growth. One's called the Personal Victory, which is about doing that internal work that's so important to drop the ego, work from a position of internal love, and actually, what's the word I'm looking for? Give without expecting return. We can't rebuild community if we keep looking for something back. We've got to just trust that the more good things we do, the kinder we are, the better we feel about ourselves, the more we belong, and they're good things. And ultimately, we will we will create a whole army of people that are out there doing that. And what a fantastic place to live that will be. So the personal victory is really important. And then the third one is rebuilding community. How do we do it? We've never done it before. We've never done this before. It's a learning curve. You know, we've done a lot of things. We've made loads of mistakes. That's not a problem. You know, if you're taking action, you're doing things, at least you're learning at the same time as moving forward. So I'll put all the ideas that we've got. It's about bringing technology together. It's about bringing people together. It's combining the whole thing, nothing in isolation. Everything goes. So we've got to bring it all together, and we've got to work together. It's all about massive collaboration. Okay, so that's about Link for Growth and where we're headed. I'm now going to just talk very, very briefly about Link for Business. I'm going to go through the different facets of Link for Growth now, just sort of say a couple of things about each. Link for Business, right slip back on with Deeper in January, all done Deeper, problems with the venue there, but that's all back in order. And if you're interested in Link for Business and about creating business clubs, then this bit's for you. Okay, so think chambers of commerce. I'm just going to draw this up for you so that you can see briefly what I mean by this. So a lot of tribalism out there at the moment. A lot of people wanting to be involved in things, but let's look at a lot of people want to get to network and be with and meet other people, but we've got to get over this tribalism. So basically what the town business clubs are, okay, town business clubs, right, these exist to help small micro businesses be successful. That's their purpose. And underneath this, right, so these are by town. This is the key. All right, so this is by town. So where I live, that's Watford. And here we've got networking. That's every networking. That's not just what we do in Link for Growth, but there's all the others: BNI, 4N, Bushy Networking, Watford Weekly Biz. You know, we've got so many networking events, right? And they're all relevant. They all have a place. And people need to know about them. That's the first thing. Then we've got training. Now, of course, Link for Growth does training, Link for Skills, but there's other organisations that do training, and there's other events that are going on, like expos and stuff like this. All right. Now, every single part of this is useful for businesses in the town. What we've got to do is work as a town. We've got to work as a town, and we've got to get all these micro businesses, which is 6.7 million in the country, get them all working together and collaborating. All right. As a byproduct of that, we've got unions as well. This is about promoting collaboration, and we've got exposure, if you like. Probably can't see that. Can you? I'm right behind the wall now. Exposure through the hub websites. Okay, so we've got the hubs. So this is about creating a holistic solution really for small businesses, because the more successful these small businesses become, the more successful our communities become. So what we're providing with the town business clubs is all the information that we've got about what's going on locally that might help businesses, irrespective of who's doing it. All right, it doesn't matter who's doing it. There's enough out there for every single person to be successful and every single business to be successful. We just got to get that attitude, and we've got to move forward with it. So if you're interested in town business clubs, do get in touch. They are linked and in association with Link for Business. So there is a small fee to join those things, but they are amazing. And I tell you what else you're gonna, as part of that, you probably aren't aware of this, but mentoring groups are fantastically successful and amazingly important. This is where you get 6 people. It's almost like having your own board sitting down with you, helping you to solve problems that you've got in your business. It's a really lonely thing, running your own business right now. Oh, it's been really difficult to run a business, full stop, but it's quite lonely running a business. You spend hours alone at home waiting for the phone to ring or something to happen. And actually, very, very, very rarely has anybody got all the skills they need to run a business. So bearing that in mind, wouldn't it be fabulous if you could have 5 other people with different experiences, different knowledge, different contacts, helping you to solve your problems in your business every month? Wouldn't that be amazing to have that capability to do that and work on your business not just in your business. But that's what one of our mentoring groups are. They can either be online or they can be offline. And guess what? To participate in one of these costs nothing if you're a Link for Business member or a Town Business Club member, and just £12 if you want to be involved in something like this. £12 a month. There are mentoring groups out there which are many, many, many times more expensive than that. So this is fabulous news, because it means that collectively we can start to work together and collaborate as businesses rather than see everyone as competition. Let's just start to work together and really start to drive ourselves forward, because we can only do that if we're prepared to, if you like, be vulnerable, share our problems in a space where we know everybody in that room is looking to help you. Right. So if you're interested in online mentoring groups, then that's all part and parcel of it, and it's not expensive. So come and get involved in that as well. Link for Skills. We've got some fantastic things going on there. We've got some bite-sized training. This is on-demand training. Very often people want to solve a problem like, why should I use a Twitter list? Why should I use Twitter? How can I share information on Twitter through Facebook? Should I do that? What's all this social media about anyway? How do I find out what platforms should I be on? What's LinkedIn good for? What's all of this stuff? Some of it is just snippets of information. It's an hour's training that gives you laser training in a particular area that you're looking to solve. And obviously there's a whole series of these going on. You know, how to use Google Docs. Why should I use Google Docs? How do I set up Google Drive? What can I do with Google Drive? Why should I have a Google profile? All this stuff is coming, all right? And it's all very, very cost effective, because the whole principle of Link for Growth is about giving people what they need and really, really keeping the prices so low that everybody can be included in them, but delivering high quality and good content. That's really the mission here. So we've got Carol Dodds is doing some great new workshops right now. Practical workshops are back. I'm running one on the Community Hub. I'm running that this Wednesday at Croxley. If you live around the Watford area, Southwest Hearts, do get yourself along to that. Another one on the 23rd of November and another one on the 30th of November. Check out the Link for Growth Southwest Hearts district page for more details on that. And we've got some great new online workshops coming up. Sarah Veal has joined Link for Growth, and she's going to be doing some amazing training on personal development, people profiling, and the human givens approach. So fantastic stuff, and loads more coming up, loads of people inquiring. So if you've got knowledge and you want to share it, join us, become part of that program, and let's get your knowledge out there to people who could use it, because it's done its job inside your head probably, but someone else could benefit from accessing it. Okay, and L4G TV, some brilliant shows going to be coming up and working. Our property TV show with Angela up in Cambridgeshire. We're looking at inspiration and personal development shows. We're just getting the team together for that. Spiritual TV is on the way. And Open Talk TV. Now there's a group being set up in Facebook for this. Open Talk TV. Think BBC QT, but where we can all engage in the conversations, not just be in the audience. Sounds interesting? Yeah, I think so. It's going to be a good one. Okay, so that's pretty much it for me, just giving you a quick update. Don't forget there's an L4G Mingle on tonight on Twitter, #L4G Mingle. Search for that. There's people beyond there. If you want to participate, stick that on your end of your tweet and join in the conversation and meet people from right around the country using Twitter. And if you're not that good on Twitter, it's a chance to practice. So I would encourage you to do that. Starts at 7:30, goes on for 2 hours, so you can have tea and join us, or have tea late and join us early, up to you. And also one last thing, I just want to say a massive, there's I want to offer massive support and our best wishes to Linda Anderson, co-district leader for Southwest Hearts with me and her family. Her husband had a heart operation. He's better. He's not better, but he's getting better. He's improving every day. Just want Linda to know that we're sending her all our best wishes from Link for Growth and for a speedy recovery and things getting back to normal. Okay, that's it. That's me done. Apologies for missing out on the October news show, but things just got pretty hectic. I'll be back in December in the run up to Christmas. Enjoy the rest of November, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.